Hey everybody, welcome to the Faith and Fandom podcast. I'm Hector,
Yay!
and that's the other guy who's not Hector. Who are you? Who are you?
I am Vincent.
Yes, this is Vincent, and today we are here to discuss Black Panther. And
Yay! Wakanda forever.
but for real though, is it forever?
It's forever.
All right, so we're here to discuss Black Panther. This will be a solely Black Panther podcast, and but yeah. So Vincent, go ahead and start us off with your thoughts.
Oh boy.
Now, not that any of this matters, but if you don't know us, Hector is a half Puerto Rican, half Caucasian, Samoan-looking gentleman, and Vincent.
Samoan.
I'm very Samoan. I'm super Samoan. What? No,
I think you're thinking of The Rock, and that's not accurate.
I look like Maui.
Okay.
He's Samoan. I don't have to look like The
Maui
Rock.
in the summer.
Yeah, Maui in the summer. All right, and Vincent is what is your? Who are you? What are you?
I'm black. There's a lot of brownness in me from different parts of the world, but I'm just black.
Okay, so I'm slightly tan and Vincent's black, and not that race determines how you view Black Panther, but just for perspective as we're getting into this discussion, because to some people it really does matter. And there is some people that are overjoyed because of the racial aspect of it. So we're going to talk about Black Panther. So Vincent, go ahead and loudly and clearly tell us how you feel.
Loudly and clearly, I thought the movie was amazing. Just not from a racial perspective, but it was an overall good movie. I think Killmonger is one of the best villains that we had. He just did not care at all, and I thought that was amazing. His outfits were amazing. Everything was amazing. And everything was done by a black person.
Okay, before I get into my next question, did you know that Killmonger's outfit was based on Vegeta?
Yes.
I thought that was super dope.
I saw an Instagram post on that before the movie came out, and I was like, of course it was.
Well, I was...
Ryan Coogler is a huge nerd.
Well, the first... no, that was Michael B. Jordan specifically.
What?
Yeah, that was from him. So, yeah, on that note, why does it matter that the people that made this movie were black? Why is that a concern? Why does that matter?
I think with Black Panther, it was kind of the first black superhero.
False.
So you have to...
Super false.
Who was the first black one?
Like, are you talking black superhero movie or black superhero?
Both.
Well, the first movie, I mean, in my generation, there was Meteor Man.
I'm talking about like in the Marvel universe.
Okay.
Because I mean, you have Blank Man, you have Blade, you have all these other people. So Meteor Man, like, there's so many other black superheroes. I get a whole series of cards on that.
Can I just say that Meteor Man does not get enough love? I mean,
oh no, definitely not. Blank Man doesn't either. And Meteor Man was great, but Blank Man was always my favorite.
Blank Man was like one of my legit favorite movies to watch on repeat.
Oh yeah.
But like, they needed a better actor for Meteor Man, but beyond that,
I think he was trying to. I think they're all were in the same movie, and just like black movies now, a lot of people use the same people that they use, and they know.
True story. So yeah, as you're saying, that is correct. That Black Panther is actually the first black superhero, debuting in Fantastic Four number 52 in 1966.
Yes.
And his original concept name was Coal Tiger.
Yeah. I read that a while ago, and I was like, really? Coal Tiger? But then Marvel states that it has nothing to do with the Black Panther movement. And I'm like, so you just changed the name just because?
Yeah, I mean, it's either you either latch onto it because it's a movement, or you run away from it because it's a movement.
Exactly.
you can't do either. So, okay, why is it important that this movie was made primarily by African American people?
Most black movies nowadays are not made by African American people. They might have an African American cast, but a lot of the people are white or non
Like
people of
what?
color.
Can you give me an example of that?
I don't know about Fences, but I can't think of anything right now.
Okay, so Vincent's
Try not to
claim
watch movies like that.
Vincent's claim is completely undocumented at this time. Moving on.
Wasn't going to do research on the things that I was saying today. I'm sorry.
Go on.
People can Google it. Google's real.
Is it though?
Unless we're all in the Matrix.
Right. All right, so go on.
But yeah, everyone is just black. You had black people in the costumes. You had black actors, and it wasn't just black actors that you see every day. It was black actors that you see in sci-fi, or different movies before. Like Michael B. Jordan, he's not that big of an actor. He's been in Fantastic Four. He's been in Fruitvale Station. He's been in Creed. He's not a huge black actor. The girl who plays Michonne, I can never pronounce her name correctly, and I don't want to butcher it. So
it's Michonne.
But her real name.
It's Michonne. That's all she is.
That's rude.
Okay, be super real. In this movie, was she not just Michonne with a spear?
No.
Oh, bro, she was Michonne with a spear.
I haven't watched Walking Dead in a while, so I don't know what Michonne's character is doing right now.
Yeah, but dude, she's Michonne with a spear.
She was more than Michonne with a spear.
Go
on. The costumes are great. The hairstyles are great. Everyone had different hairstyles, and I think that showing different hairstyles and different people of color, because a lot of the movies, me and Stephanie just watched the movie called Impossible 2. It's really sad. Don't ever watch it. But the people of color were all light skinned. And so to see, and I know me and my librarian friend that works at my school, he was like Team Browntown, like Team Dark Skin. Like you don't see that ever, except like Viola Davis and Denzel Washington, and they might be the only person of color or a light skinned person.
Do you feel like it is hard as a black person, and specifically as a blurred, which is a black nerd? Black nerds. Do you feel like it's hard as a black nerd or a African American person in general to watch this movie unbiasedly?
What do you mean?
Like, do you feel like you go into it with a preset, this is awesome, just because? Or
no, I mean, I talked to a lot of people that were black. They were like, "Oh, it was okay," and I was like, "What?" It was for me. It was just a great movie. I was excited from day one.
Yeah, I was too. And you and I had a discussion pretty shortly after the movie, and I compared this movie to Wonder Woman, and you didn't love that. Why don't?
No.
Why do you feel negatively towards it?
I felt like it had more depth than Wonder Woman. There was a lot of things that were hidden. Wonder Woman was great and all, but I feel like it didn't have this much depth compared to other movies. And I know Wonder Woman was one of the only few standalones, because Batman vs. Superman wasn't a standalone, and we haven't had a standalone with the main character since Superman, which those movies are not great.
Whoa. Man of Steel was good.
Which one was that? The first one?
Yeah.
Okay, that one was good, and that was it.
Yeah, we haven't had a standalone movie since like The Dark Knight.
And so Marvel just knows what they're doing, and I think that's what they do. That's what they do, and it's part Disney too. And Disney's not stupid.
Okay.
They
Now,
know what they're doing. They know how to make money, especially out of people of color. Look at Coco.
okay, I get that, but now here's why I will compare this movie to Wonder Woman. Um, because, and you and I didn't really get a chance to talk about that more in depth because I was driving and everything, but I compare it to Wonder Woman in the
Our life.
fact, huh?
I said our life.
Yeah, our life. I compare it to Wonder Woman in the fact that uh, it is the highest quality film for its current franchise. Um, me and my
Okay.
me and my friend Sammy were the guy from GameStop were debating it, not debating it, but we were discussing it literally as soon as the credits rolled in the parking lot of that it's the highest quality made movie of its respective franchise. That Wonder Woman is the highest quality DC movie of the DCEU, meaning from Man of Steel until now, it's the highest quality DC movie. And
I
that
really enjoyed Avengers. Was that after?
Avengers?
Not Avengers. What is that? Justice League. Wow.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah. Well, Justice League would fall into that, but not as far as entertainment value, but as a better movie, like a quality
Okay.
movie. Like, and I see Wonder Woman as the best quality movie of the DCEU, and I see Black Panther as not the most entertaining of the Marvel movies, but it is the best quality. Like,
Yeah.
Personally, I would.
I don't agree with you on the entertainment thing. I thought it was absolutely fantastic, but um,
I feel you,
yeah.
but like, tell me, like, as far as like just something to put in for fun and watch. Now, for me, that wouldn't be Black Panther. That would be Civil War. That would be Guardians of the Galaxy. Like one of those two. Maybe Winter Soldier.
That would be Black Panther for me now. I'm probably gonna pre-order it as soon as it comes out.
All right, be a little louder.
I'm sorry.
But obviously, I'll pre-order this one too. But like for me, I feel like that. But then Trevor Noah was actually on his in between the scenes thing.
Oh boy.
What?
He's sometimes wishy washy with me. Like sometimes I'm like yes, and then sometimes I'm like. But I have to realize not everyone's a believer. So
Yeah. Well, one of the things that Trevor Noah said was that um, this is not a black movie. This is a great movie that has black people in it. That it's just
okay.
like his thing is it's not a black movie because there's a lot of people that are saying it's a black movie or that it's not that. He's saying it's a great movie that has black people in it. And if you're black, you might feel a little extra special towards it because of that. And he actually compared it to Wonder Woman, and I just saw this today, so this wasn't me ripping him off, but
Oh no.
he compared it to Wonder Woman and the fact that just like Wonder Woman is a great movie, and if you're a woman, you might feel a little extra special towards it. But Wonder Woman wasn't just a woman's movie, um, but it was a movie primarily about women and women in culture.
Geared towards women.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Why another reason why I compared it to Black Panther because it was a high box office movie that was geared towards a specific focal point. Like that, just like
What do you mean?
well, like that, how they wanted to make sure that women were represented, and so it had a woman director, and they even had like women only screenings, stuff like that.
Okay.
And
That
then
makes sense.
in the same capacity,
Because I was about to say my theater did not have as many black people as I thought there was going to be.
I'll tell you this: like a lot of stuff I've seen, in and I'm not saying this to be culturally inappropriate, but a lot of my friends, especially like my friends in the Christian hip hop industry and stuff like that I'm friends with, were saying, "Y'all, you can't pirate this movie. You actually have to go watch it." Um,
I agree.
and so they were.
One of my coworkers, he was like, "I'm gonna go watch it on my Fire Stick," and I was like, "Please go watch the movie. I will give you $10 to watch the movie."
Yeah,
Don't pirate it.
but that's there was that aspect of it. So, what was your favorite part of the movie? Loud and clear.
Everything.
Okay, well,
Like I'm so serious. Like I watched it the second time, and it was so much better watching the second time, knowing what was going to happen, knowing what was going to happen to the character. So I got to zoom into some aspects, like some of the details, like when they're in Shuri's lab. There's so much art going on that's so beautiful that come towards the forefront that when I was watching it the second time. Just the clothes that they were wearing during the ceremony, like how protective the warrior women were. Like it was great. The whole aspect was great. The fact that Michael B. Jordan had gold teeth, and he liked the mask because he liked it. He killed everyone just because he didn't care, and he was smart. Like he went to MIT. My kids are getting into college now, and they're not applying to MIT. So MIT is a big deal, and he went to the military. So like they did not make Killmonger dumb, which was great.
yeah.
No one was dumb in that movie.
Now I will say this: he probably is the best Marvel villain. I was gonna say besides someone, but I don't really have anyone to say besides.
That's what I'm trying. I thought of that too, and we was in the parking lot talking to one of my friends the second time around, and I was like, "Who's a better villain than him?" I was like, "He did not care."
Well, and that's the thing though. Like everybody doesn't see him as the villain, and which at the same time, I think that's one of the best trademarks of a good villain is that you identify with them well enough that you don't see them as the villain. Um, like I understand people have a love for Loki, but Loki,
Oh my gosh.
what?
There's so many people comparing him to Loki, and I'm like, are you serious? Like, they're not even in the same category. Loki has superpowers. He's a god.
Okay,
Or a demon or some type of...
he's a trickster. He's a frost giant.
Trickster god.
Yeah. Well, he's not even a god. He's a frost giant with some extra voodoo.
I need to watch Marvel movies all over again.
Yeah, you do. Now, but to be fair, Killmonger had powers once he got the heart-shaped herb, which high five to them for actually keeping the heart-shaped herb in there and not trying to make it something.
Yes!
Because they could have easily have done it to be like a tech upgrade or part of the suit or anything. And back when I was doing screenwriting for Clever, I had to do a Batman versus Black Panther thing, and so I had to at least on one side of the argument write why Black Panther would beat Batman. Now I also had to write why Batman would beat Black Panther. I had to write both. But like when I'm doing my research on Black Panther, I'm like, this dude's got a lot going on. But
he has so much power.
Well,
and it's not even like power; it's come from technology.
Yeah, and that's one of the things is like they kept true to the roots, which is one of the things I've always appreciated about Marvel because I don't love a single Thor movie. I don't. There's not a single Thor movie I love, but I always appreciated.
I enjoyed Ragnarok, but that was it. I didn't see it twice.
I enjoyed Ragnarok about the same level that I enjoyed a bad SNL sketch. I'll laugh through it once, but I'm never going to watch it again. Wait.
You're terrible.
Which,
it was not that bad.
Well, that's about how I felt too. Plus, I've got my saltiness towards Ragnarok and Justice League at the same time too. So whatever. You know what I do appreciate though? The fact that Marvel fanboys and the world in general hasn't been rubbing Black Panther in DC's face. Like they've been very polite about that because they could have.
We have been.
Well, you're a douchebag and no one loves you.
I don't care.
Well, for the most of the people on the internet that actually have class and pride, they haven't been rubbing it in our faces just because no one's like saying anything about DC. And I feel bad for the fact that Justice League is coming out on DVD like next week, and like it's kind of overshadowed in that. But anyway, staying on Black Panther. I feel like I feel like one of the most powerful parts of this movie is the discussions that are taking place after. Um,
Yes.
what's been your experience with that?
Just certain. I think everyone knows that my job's like I'm like a huge nerd. They see all my comic book stuff. They see my car. They see my clothes. And they just everyone came up to me like, "What'd you think of the movie?" And I was like, "It was great." And so having these conversations with people who would never ever see another Marvel movie ever in their life, to have these conversations with people and students to just have those great conversations with them. This echo is really weird and throwing me
It,
off.
we don't hear it, so just keep going.
Okay, sorry.
One of the things that I've seen is the divide between people that are actually against T'Challa and for Killmonger. Um, I've seen a lot of that
Huh?
where,
Really?
oh yeah, I'd say the majority of my timeline people are people that are anti T'Challa, pro Killmonger. Um, all right,
I see why.
for instance, I tend not to get into online arguments because that's not my steez. I don't enjoy it. I don't think it's fruitful. So I tend to avoid doing that. And
Agreed.
so Lashad, you know Lashad and Doriana, um, right?
Yes.
Lee and Doriana, which
Yes.
by the way, shout out to them. They are a couple that used to be at UNC Pembroke that are now in
They're
Texas.
married.
They're married and they run a young black married Christian podcast. Um, and it's actually a very fruitful podcast, and there's a lot of good stuff on it. So if you are young, if you are black, if you are married, or you are Christian, or all of the above, you
You
might.
cannot be black and probably listen to this podcast.
What? To our podcast?
Yeah. No, to any podcast. To their podcast. Sorry.
Oh, yes. I was like, our podcast is not racially divisive.
No.
But
Pretty
you,
sure people are like, Vincent's black?
yeah. But their podcast is really good, and I'll try and remember to put a link in that for that. But Lashad put a Facebook status up, and I know it was clickbait. I know it was like trying to start a discussion, and he succeeded. Um, uh, it took about 2 hours out of my life. Um, but
Why did you do that?
I don't know, man. Well, because the debate was between people I actually know and care about. Um, so Lashad put a statement up. T'Challa broke the rules. Killmonger played fair, and like,
Mm,
and I got into the discussion with him of what rules, and I was like the first commenter or maybe the second, and he said that. Hold on, I'm gonna actually pull it up. But he said that the family basically jumped him, and that it wasn't a fair fight, and uh, yeah, that's where it went to, and he made it sound like hold on, here we go. I'm gonna actually read it to you. Okay. T'Challa was to defeat Killmonger in battle. T'Challa's whole family helped him beat Killmonger. They basically jumped him. And that was Lashad's stance. And, I went off on the fact that T'Challa challenged Killmonger to battle in the field one on one. Killmonger rejected it and sent the War Dogs in. At that point, game on. Like that if Killmonger had the chance to rematch T'Challa and didn't. Well, Nick Pinder, remember Nick Pinder?
oh, yeah.
So like if you would actually really enjoy reading all of our discussions. But me, Nick Pinder, Lashad got into about a 2 hour discussion back and forth over
You didn't text me?
You don't like Facebook, so I didn't push it.
I don't like Facebook.
But but it was to the fact that, and the whole thing was that Killmonger was the better choice and everything else, and that Killmonger was in the right, and T'Challa had no honor. And I mean, they went hard. We all agreed on a good point, but that's the thing. I had that one discussion, but I feel like a lot of people are having discussions because of this movie, and they're discussing things like that about what a real leader looks like and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
well, I mean, too, I think a lot of people identify with Killmonger and the struggle and the fact that, um, as one person put it, that T'Challa was just a royal Uncle Tom. Um,
Accurate.
do you feel that's accurate?
I do, because I mean, if you think about it, I think where I relate to Killmonger and T'Challa, because like I'm not don't get that same experience as a lot of African Americans because my family stayed in Jamaica. I mean, yeah, they were sent from another country from Africa, but Jamaica wasn't that bad as America was. So I think with slavery, that wasn't as bad, but I still have some African American in me where I do see where my family was from Georgia, and so they were obviously slaves, and they couldn't escape. So I think feeling that way towards Killmonger, I mean, African American wants to relate to something, and I think that we can't relate to our heritage. We can't point back to like certain things past a certain time because we don't know anything because they didn't document us. So I do understand why, but I don't know. I think that's a good question. I think for T'Challa and Killmonger to be in the same movie and to have different aspects of both, it's just proving the African American versus the African.
And I think whatever else would have happened, I think that that last line of Killmonger's about "bury me in
That
the
was
ocean."
beautiful.
Yeah, well, and I think that was what set him off with a lot of people. Um, Now, uh, on a discussion point outside of just how great the movie was, because there's a lot I love, and even on that, what we were just saying, Forrest Whitaker said he felt more in touch with himself as an African American and understood Africa more after making this movie. So, I mean, it was powerful in a lot of ways, and that's coming from Forrest Whitaker
Yeah.
for crying out loud. Um,
Such
but,
a beautiful man.
but is it bad that when I was looking at the young version of him before I knew that was the young version of him, I was like, oh, this guy must be the young Forrest Whitaker because of the eye.
You're terrible.
It totally spoiled the surprise because like I saw that coming. But
His eyes aren't that bad.
no. But but let me ask you before: is there anything else you really want to say about the movie?
Please go see it, not just because it's to make money. I saw it twice. It's a great movie. I truly love it. It did say a lot to black people. It's not a black movie, I will say that, but black people will probably understand it a little bit more and feel more in touch, just like you said with Wonder Woman, with women. Ryan Coogler is an amazing director. Even if he didn't do this movie, I know he's going to do amazing. I've seen every single one of his movies, and they've all made me cry. And it takes a lot for me to cry. So, yeah, he's amazing. And all the actors are amazing. All of them. Lupita's great. Shuri's great. She was in Black Mirror. People don't know who she is. Like, everyone was great. Everything was great.
Have you listened to the soundtrack?
That's been on repeat on my car for like since it came out.
I actually haven't heard it yet.
What?
It's one of those I meant to, but
come on now. It's been out for like 2 weeks.
Oh, guess what else came out 2 weeks ago?
I don't know.
New Social Club. So I've been listening to that.
I'm seeing them by accident.
How?
I'm seeing them by accident. So I'm going to a conference that's at New Life Church. Not New Life. What is that church called? It's in Durham, but it's a church, and I'm going to a conference there, and they're playing the worship music. Or not? That's not worship music, but I guess they're playing music.
When is this?
April?
I want to go.
Come. It's 6 p.m. on Friday, and then it's Saturday too. And I don't know all the days, but you can say this. Okay.
Okay, sweet. Well, I'm going to see Social Club, but that's the thing. Like, it was really funny to me, and it made me feel good in my soul that the Black Panther soundtrack was #1 on hip hop charts. Social Club was #2, and Eminem,
Really?
yes, on all hip hop charts, and then Eminem was #3. And
Okay.
so,
is the Social Club album good? We're not gonna talk about that, man.
well,
Nothing positive to say.
Yeah. The Social Club album's good. I'm not gonna say it's like KB or Lecrae's last releases as far as like that kind of quality, and
I hope not. That's too much.
Okay. Well, here's the difference. KB's last album was Black Panther. Social Club's last album was like Guardians Volume 2. I mean, it's great. And it's fun, but it's not that. So
Is it their best stuff yet?
It's their best stuff since they've been signed, and it's probably their best thing since the one with like Us and stuff. So it's their best project in like 4 or 5 CDs easily.
Yeah.
Okay, this is totally not Black Panther. Moving on. Sorry for those of you who are here for the Black Panther. So I already did a video and wrote the chapter for the New Faith and Fandom for Black Panther, and it's primarily talking about the fact that we can't leave wounds in people and not deal with it, with the fact that T'Chaka abandoned Killmonger and left him there to suffer, and comparing it to the scriptures that talk about that if you have hurt someone or if someone has a problem with you, leave your offering at the altar and go deal with it. About being careful to make people not to make people stumble and stuff like that. And I was working on it today, and I gotta say I think it's a really powerful chapter. I'm pretty excited about it. But I'm not the only one doing like Black Panther devotionals and stuff. I've seen a lot floating out there because there's a lot to work with.
There's so much to work with. That's the thing. Like, I want to produce something and I don't know what to do because every time I go online or Instagram, like someone's already like captured my idea, and I'm like, oh, okay.
By the way, as far as online and Instagram, did you see the 2 really funny memes?
Which ones?
The one that had Wakabi beside Killmonger, and then had him from his role in Get Out beside that girl, and it said, "When discernment is not your gift."
I saw that. I did see that one.
I love that. And then Danielle actually saw it. My wife saw it in her class while she was teaching, and she busted out laughing, and it basically shut down her class for about 4 minutes. So that happened. But then
he's such a great actor too.
He is, and he was great in Black Mirror as well.
Yes.
But the other one, it said the only 2 white people in Black Panther have played Gollum and Bilbo Baggins. So they are the Tolkien white guys of the movie.
Tolkien white guys. I love that.
I died, man. I died.
They're doing such a good job, and I hope it doesn't die out.
No.
I know it's going to, obviously, but
what's going to die out?
I'm just the hype.
Well, of course it's going to die out, but the bottom line is they came, they saw, they conquered. Whatever else happens.
They did.
Whatever else happens is solid.
I will continue seeing Ryan Coogler movies as I have been.
Yeah. Now, do you feel or do you have any concern that it's going to be dialed back and that the Wakanda presence is going to be relatively lame in comparison when it comes to Infinity War? Because
I don't think so, because the fact that all the vibranium, the strongest metal, is in Wakanda, and I don't think they would want to transfer that to other places. There might be like how Shiri was opening that STEM center in Compton. There probably is going to use that aspect of, hey, like, oh, there's different parts of vibranium in the world, all throughout the world. So they might do that, but I don't think it's gonna die down too much.
I feel like if you notice that Captain America is way better in the Captain America movies than he is in the Avengers. Like,
yes.
Right. That's what I'm talking about. Like, do you feel like Black Panther is maybe not going to be watered down, but that he's not going to be his full self? Because Black Panther...
I don't even know how they're going to do this Infinity War movie, because there's how many characters in there now?
All of them.
Marvel...
All of them.
Exactly. So I don't... If he's watered down, then he's probably going to be watered down because there's 50 million characters in the movie.
Now, one of the big battles, though, does take place in Wakanda.
I did see that in the trailer, the only one I'm watching.
Yeah. So that is a thing. Now, on the Vibranium thing, and this is a Black Panther discussion, and I posted it today and debated some people online because that was a foolish life choice again.
Stop it!
Yeah, I'm going to try. I'm not into debating, but, I was writing about Black Panther and the thought crossed my mind. I feel like Black Panther...
I should get on Facebook?
No. Well, yeah, that too. No, I feel that Black Panther makes Age of Ultron worse. I don't enjoy Age of Ultron, and I think it's the weak Marvel movie. But here's my thought: is that Ultron was connected to every single computer network on the Earth.
He was cyborg.
Huh? Yeah, basically. But that means he was connected to Wakanda. Now, past that, Ultron also did a full scan of the planet to be able to see where the impact needed to happen geologically to shatter the Earth. So he had full network capability, which put him on Wakanda's network. He geologically scanned the Earth, which means he would have seen the giant deposits of vibranium under Wakanda. And even more so, his actual body, after he met with Ulysses Claw, was made of vibranium, so he knew the readouts, he knew the schematics. He knew what vibranium was. So, why didn't he attack Wakanda? Why didn't he turn all of his versions of himself into made of vibranium? And it just makes Avengers Age of Ultron even weaker, because Ultron would have known about Wakanda, and he would have known about that because he would have been on every network in the world.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah. So, and I had all these people trying to debate me back and forth with it. But
what were they saying? Because there's no other excuse.
They're like,
is Wakanda hidden? Is the hidden veil that they have? Did he not be able to scan that?
Yeah, that's what you're saying.
Geological scanning.
I was like, it was a private.
Still can scan that area.
He's like, it's a private network. I'm like, your password's not going to keep out freaking Ultron.
Wow.
Right, but it really...
It's a private network.
Yeah, but it really blew a hole in it, in that capacity.
I didn't think about it like that.
I didn't either until I was writing that Black Panther chapter today, and it hit me, and yeah. So, yeah. All right. Well, we're drawing near like 40 minutes, and I don't want to stay much longer. What do you feel like they didn't do?
You want to talk to me?
No. We might record another podcast. I don't know how you feeling,
Tired.
Nancy. But
Never mind.
what did you feel they did wrong?
I had a personal problem with um, the guy who plays Get Out. I don't know how to say his name.
Wakabi.
Wakabi and Okawi, his wife. I didn't like that she chose the Wakanda over her husband. I think that gave me a little
I felt that was like
but
super appropriate. Like,
I felt like it was appropriate, but I think for me, I would always choose my wife first over everything, but that's just me.
yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, I love Danielle, but if Danielle like threw the world aside for that, I totally. Now, here's the thing: she didn't choose Wakanda over him. She even spared him. He chose.
She did, but the thing is, they didn't even have a conversation.
Well,
Like, talk about your problems instead of trying to kill each other.
no, he tried to kill her first, bro.
I agree, but that's the only problem I have with the movie.
Listen, if
It was just moral stand.
if the fact that she didn't stick him in the throat with a spear right then was grace and mercy.
It was grace and mercy, and that's great. But you should have talked about that before. Obviously, there's some underlying issues going on with him that y'all should have talked about, that you should have known about, before you put a spear near my man's throat. That's the only problem I had, though.
You didn't feel like anybody was inappropriately casted or anything like that?
No.
All right.
Everyone was great. I was fantastic. I want to go see it again, but I need to take a break.
I've only seen it once, and I haven't had a free moment to go see it again, and I don't even have any free days until like the end of March, so whatever.
It was like, go to bed early or go see Black Panther twice. And I was like, let's go see Black Panther twice. My only free day.
Oh, by the way, Loot Crate DX came with an exclusive Black Panther poster. I've got it saved for you. And it's like an art print. It's not like the movie poster. It's an original art piece.
Don't show me. I want to be surprised.
Okay. Duly noted, sir.
Thank you.
And if you listen to this, if Vincent still has it, I'm not sure if it's at that gallery or not, but Vincent has an original Black Panther painting that
It is at my house.
it's at his house. So that will be at Oak City Comic Con on March 17th and 18th with us.
How many tables we got?
We just got one, fam.
Oh, I don't think we got enough room for all of our stuff.
Not for your stuff, no.
No. We're going to have to switch out painting day by day.
Day by day. Well, what we can do is we can try and make our rack taller. And
Okay.
and actually build like a shelf up top. Like
That always scares me.
that scares me too.
I just don't want anything falling on my head.
Or
2 pounds can kill you.
yeah, I learned that from Serenity. It only takes 2 pounds of pressure to pierce the human skin.
Exactly.
Well, this is Hector and Vincent with Faith and Fandom discussing Black Panther. Feel free to comment and let us know what you think. And
No negativity, please.
if you got negativity, share it. Just don't be an anus. Yeah. So, God bless. Have a great night, and we will see you at a Comic-Con soon. And you can check out the video devotional for the Black Panther devotional that's on the Faith and Fandom Facebook page, or you can read it when the book drops in early May. Good night.
Later.